First of all, uh, thank you for taking the time to participate in this interview. Okay, my name is Elijah Usid, and I am a student from Unitar College Kuching. Today we will be discussing three main issues, which is educational policy changes, moral and values educations, and the educational gap between urban and rural school. First question is, in your opinion, what recent educational policy change have had the greatest impact on schools?
All right. When we're looking into these changes of policy, there are several changes happens past few years, which are what we call dasar pendidikan digital, and then we also have classroom assessment, which is we call pentaksiran belajar, and then we also have the new reformations of curriculum, which is going to be implemented next year, 2027, and then also they are more likely talking about the what we call that professionalism guru, or we call it CPD here, and then also they are more on the intervention, literacy, and numeracy. All right, so I think that the out of these all policies changes, I think everything is affecting school right now. But the one that, in my opinion, from my perspective, I think that the one that affecting school the most will be the dasar pendidikan digital, or we call it digital education policy lah.
Okay. Next question is, how do these policy changes affect the implementations of the curriculum in schools?
All right, so when they are implementing this kind of digital education, all right, of course they are expecting teachers to be what we call that, to be literate in all technological devices, all right, which is not every teacher, as you know that in schools we have different age and different era of teachers. All right, some are from the Gen X, from Gen Y, and we have some millennials and then Gen Z. So most probably that it will, what we call that, of course, this new kind of thing will affecting the curriculum inside the classroom when the teacher try to adapt with all these kind of technological devices.
That's all, sir?
Yeah, that's all.
So move to question number 5. To what extent is moral and values education integrated into the teaching and learning process in school?
All right, when we talk about moral lessons and the values, actually, it actually 100% being implemented actually in all process of learning and teaching, because when we are conducting our lesson plan, we actually need to add some more of other subjects as well. So here, when we are planning our lesson plan, we need to carefully planning it, because we need to implement this kind of moral lesson and value. For example, if you are planning to create a team, what we call that, a team activities. So there, we actually implement the cooperation, the the value of cooperation a part of critical thinking among the group members. So that is depending on how the teachers is planning their lesson. But so far, those moral values are implemented well in the lesson.
Alright, sir. Next question. Values and character today.
All right. The biggest challenges
Developing students.
in developing our students nowadays in terms of their behavior is that we are lack of support from parents. Okay, as we know now that we are not able to touch them, we are not able to give them any punishments, right? As the parents will be very sensitive with this kind of matter. So with this kind of way, it's very hard for teacher actually to develop the student to become a better person and to have a good behavior. That's the thing.
Hello sir, good morning. My name is Davidson.
Hello, Davidson.
Today I will ask question number 7 and number 8.
Alright.
In your opinion, does the current curriculum place enough emphasis on moral and value education?
Alright. So for me, today's curriculum actually good enough in implementing the moral and the values that we need. Like I said, that is depend on how the teacher plan the lesson, and then so I think all those kind of values that we want to implement in the class has done very well so far.
Okay. Next question. What step can be taken to improve the effectiveness of moral and value education among students?
Alright, I think for this question, the step that can be taken to improve or to enhance this kind of moral value or moral value is that among students that I think government or we call ministry itself need to give the authority to the teacher in shaping these kids because without the support from ministry or even parents, this cannot be done well.
Okay, thank you sir. Next I will pass to my friend.
Alright.
Okay, good morning sir.
Good morning.
Okay, I will ask the sir my first question is
In
in your opinion, does an educational gap still
urban and rural school in Malaysia?
Alright. You are asking about the gap between the urban and rural school, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. So for this part, we cannot deny that there's still gaps between urban schools and rural schools because somehow they are both different in terms of everything. Next question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now I will. Okay. Now I will ask the second question is
What are the
main factor contributing to this educational gap?
Alright. The main factor for me that why this gap still exists right now is because of the facility. Okay, if you look at the urban school, okay, most of the school located in urban areas, they are more advanced in terms of classroom facilities, in terms of the technology used in the classroom itself. For example, the smartphone. All right, but when it comes to rural area, okay, are we having difficulties in this kind of facility? Because when we flashback to the policy just now that I mentioned about the digital education policy, it is a good thing because right now students are focusing more on technology. But for rural school, okay, we are having problem with this kind of thing because we are not enough facility to initiate this kind of um, policy. So that's why gap is still there.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir. Now I pass to my friends.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
My name is Gabriel Daniel.
I will ask
I will ask
two questions.
two questions.
How does
How does this gap affect the curriculum implementation and student academic performance?
All right. Thank you for the question. Um, this gap, like I said, that there's a lot of gaps actually, but the one that I mentioned about this facility, of course, facility actually will affecting students' curriculum and students' achievement, their academic performance, because when we lack of enough sources of information, it's very hard for our students to like answering the question, especially those SPM students. Basically, if the question is asking something that they never see or they never exposed before, so that's why, for example, that like I mentioned about smartphone. Okay, let's say in the SPM question is asking about what is the benefits or what are the benefits of smartphone in the classroom. So these students they never seen the smartphone. So how they manage to answer this kind of question? So that's why it's really related that the gap, the facility just now is really affecting the students' academic performance and their curriculum. Next question.
Thank you.
Next question.
Next question. What suggestion do you have to reduce the educational gap between urban and rural areas?
All right, there are a few suggestions that can be done. The first suggestion, the main suggestion that we are looking into right now is the roles of our ministry. Okay, so our ministry really have to spend thousands or even millions to upgrade the rural schools so that they are the level of the facility at the rural school area and the urban area will be at the same. Apart from that, I think that the other suggestion that can be done is that initiative from the teachers. All right, as a teacher, we really need to like prepare all the changes that happen in the school. For example, that if your students are not knowing about smartboard, then the teacher responsibility to use pictures or use videos, buy some LCDs on their own, and then try to fill this gap as much as they can. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will pass to my next friend.
That concludes our interview for today, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for taking the time to share your valuable knowledge, experiences, and opinion with us. We truly appreciate your time and cooperation. Thank you once again and have a great day. Thank